What's up and welcome to the Sam Dracula channel. My name is Sam. I'm a Hornets fan talking draft for the last time until the draft actually happens. And I'm excited for it. Even though this whole draft run-up has been pretty The draft is usually at least kind of fun, no matter where the Hornets are drafting or the prospects that are in it. And so, because you don't know what's going to happen. We're all going to find out in real time. So what this video is, it's a tier list. I'm making a tier list of all of the possible picks for the Hornets at 6, right? I'm including everybody basically in the lottery, to be honest with you. Guys, I projected lottery guys. I've made videos on some of my favorite guys so far. I haven't made videos specifically on guys I do not want the Hornets to draft. I'm gonna talk about those guys in this video. Before we go any further, this is my list. It's my opinion, all right, for the Hornets at 6, all right? Hornets at 6, my opinion, okay? Top of the list, gift, right? The draft plays out in an unbelievable fashion, and a guy who I didn't think would be there. That's what the top tier is. Golf clap is exactly what it sounds like. Okay, good pick. Not jumping up and down, but good, right? I'll take it right in the middle. Pause. All right, we're just gonna call it decent, okay? After that, but why? The Hornets select a guy, and you ask yourself, but why'd you do that? Maybe there's something else at play. Maybe there's another move to make, and it's part of a bigger picture. But just for the selection itself, it gives but why? Like, why would you do that? And then finally, the last row, the last tier, no thank you. Respectfully, I'm sure you'll have a good career and all that stuff, but no, I'm good. All right, let's start with Reese Shea off go here. I'll put him at the top just for now. Basically out of respect for other people's mocks, because he's pretty highly regarded as a guy who can go first, second, or third in the draft. So if he's there at 6, by definition, it's a gift when you're just looking at the value of it. He's going to end up, when I'm going to put these in order in these rows, he's going to end up on the bottom end of gift as we go about it. But as a fit here in Charlotte, it wouldn't make sense. He's a connective player. He's a big dude, tall dude, not very big, but tall but skinny, right? That'll fill out. He's still very young. Reese Shea is a decent shooter. You can't really say that about a lot of guys who'll probably go in the top 3. He may be the best shooter in the top 3. Looking at how some of these mock drafts have things shaken out, but Reese Shea would be a good fit as a catch and shoot guy. And the idea of like Reese Shea with Miller and LaMelo makes a lot of sense. I could see it fitting. It would be a good fit. So if he's somehow there at 6, that'd be a blessing. It'd be a gift. But it also made me wonder if something's wrong with him that the Hornets don't know about. But you got to take in. I think he would fit in with the Hornets, what they have going on here in Charlotte. At least what they're trying to accomplish here in Charlotte. Because what they have going on right now isn't very good. We're looking towards the future, and he fits the youth and the long-term profile of this basketball club. Alex Sarr, a dude who seemed like was the consensus #1 overall pick at the time in the lottery, and that's changed. Reese Shea's make a big push. I've seen Kling in some places as well, going first overall. I'm gonna put him ahead of Reese Shea. There we go, like that. Just purely because I have more confidence in him coming in and playing and being an active and willing defender immediately, more than him being a good shooter right away. I just have more faith in him, given his size, right? And when we talk about fit with the Hornets, I think he's a better fit. The Hornets need a lot of defensive help. They have a lot of guys that can shoot that aren't too willing of defenders. And Alex Sarr seems to fit that bill. Put him at the top tier of the top row, the gift row. He's not going to be there, but if he somehow is, it'll be a great pick. It'll be a great selection, great value, obviously. And a guy who can help on the defensive end right away. The shooting sucks, but again, the Hornets have a lot of young guys that can shoot that don't really play good defense, so it'll balance out. I'm doing these prospects in no order. Just Cody Williams just happens to be up next, so let's get into that. You can see it. You can see the upside, why he was a 5-star guy. Like, he has the family lineage, right? The NBA pedigree in his family. Like, that, all that stuff is good, but like watching them play basketball, De Silva looked better than him. Simpson looks better than them. And there was older guys I would love in the second round, by the way, especially Tristan De Silva. I like that dude a lot. But Cody Williams, I'm just good on. At 6, it's too high for a guy like that, for a guy at his like rawness. He's a big kid. He has a good shot on him, right? He's really smooth as well when he's on the ball. But at 6, it's too high. I think there are much better options there. If the Hornets somehow trade down and get him later, it'd be fine. I'll move it up here. I think it'd be a golf clap move at like 13. But at 6, it's a no thank you. I'm good on that. Devin Carter, Providence, a shooter. At 6 though, it's too high. So Devin Carter, as an older guy, I think he wears 22 and he is 22. Because it's such a weird draft, I'm all for drafting an older prospect. In a normal year, in a regular year, I wouldn't be for that. But the Hornets have so many young and unproven guys. Adding an older rookie to the mix isn't the worst thing in the world. I would put him at decent, honestly, at 6. It's probably high. You know what? Let me drag that down. Carter as a defender, plus. As a shooter, plus. As a competitor, plus. Like all things the Hornets need. The issue is he's a little small. A little short. He's not small, right? Like Rob Dillingham, like we're going to talk about a little bit. He is small. So he's going to land here for now because at 6 is too high, I think, for Devin Carter. But I do like him as a prospect. If the Hornets drop down to 10, 11, 12 and select him, something like that, all for it. I'll put a golf clap. But for here, at 6, too high, but I do like him as a prospect. I think he's going to be a good pro, like pretty quickly. Dalton Connect. I made a video on Dalton. Of the guys I made standalone videos for, he's my least favorite. I'm putting him at decent, though, for now. I think it'll be a decent pick at 6. He's a bigger version of Devin Carter. Dalton's not the defender that Carter is, or even these guys, obviously, but he's a bucket. He's a scorer. Hornets need scoring. And just from the size profile, he's a bigger dude than Devin Carter. He gets the bump from me here. Plus, I love his story going from JUCO to potentially lottery pick. Like, that's really dope. And the idea of him coming off screens with the size and lift, like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think that's the bottom end, I think, of what I would be happy with come draft night. Up next, Donovan King. He's right here for me. He's right here. If he's at 6, if he falls to 6, run to the podium. Run to the podium. Don't mess around with it. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be gone by the time the Hornets pick at 6. But, man, I think he has the chance to be the best player in this draft. And not that these guys will be busts necessarily, or the guys that go ahead of him being busts, but, like, I think you could see exactly what Klingon is and what he can contribute right away. I think there's a lot of hypotheticals with Sarr, a lot of ifs with Shea, but Klingon just day one rebounding and defense. Talk about fitting a need for the Hornets. So if he's there, do it. You select him, move on from Nick Richards. Then you got Mark Williams and Klingon as your front court. Start whoever you want to start, but you can always have one of those guys on the floor at all times. His free throw shooting is tragic. So maybe in crunch time, you rock with Mark Williams in those situations because he's a letdown in that department, at least at this stage in college. Hopefully it gets better for his own sake. But I like Klingon a lot. Honestly, though, as I talk about this, I'm putting him up here ahead of these dudes, ahead of Shea and Sarr, honestly. Like, if the Hornets had the first overall pick, I'd want Klingon first overall. I'm putting him here. Kel'el Ware is very interesting. I'm going to pop him here on decent for now. When you talk about floor spacing, the need for floor spacing in the front court, especially in today's NBA, and the kind of uncertainty about Miles Bridges, especially, and what that front court is going to really look like, you could kind of see, it didn't end up panning out for the Timberwolves. But if the Hornets wanted to go Twin Towers with their version of Gobert and Towns, Mark Williams and Ware, could be like a Walmart version of it, man. Could be something. I'm putting him at decent. Like, as a prospect, it makes a lot of sense. He's a big dude who can shoot. He could be a rim protector, lob threat like Derek Lively. Like, there's a lot of promise here with him if it all shakes out, right? I'm putting him behind Connect, though. I would rather have Connect. But Ware at 6, maybe a little high. I don't know. But I do like him as a prospect. All right, Buzelis up next. I'm putting him at golf clap. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't really do it for me. I don't really get it, but I know people like him. I don't see it. I don't get it. I'm putting him at golf clap. Like, I don't personally see it, but the value is there. I know people like him. They're really high on him. So if he's there at 6, it's hard to really hate on it because maybe that's just probably the value pick, the best player available kind of thing at that point. He's a big dude, 6'8", can't shoot, can play make, which is needed. But the fit with the Hornets is like him and Topic. Well, let me get to him. Bring Topic into this just because the conversation is pretty similar. Like, he's more of a forward, he's more of a guard, but both are gonna need the ball in their hands. And like, you're gonna push LaMelo off ball, you can push Brandon Miller off ball, and I'm not confident you really want to be doing that unless you're super confident in their ball handling and playmaking skills. So I'm gonna just leave Topic or Topic here and Buzelis here for now because of the value. Like, these guys are better prospects than these guys, so they got to be higher than them, but it's not as exciting as these guys would be when you look at how other people are mock drafting these things. Okay, up next, I'm going Reed Shepard. I'm putting him at the bottom end of gift because I don't think he's going to be there when the Hornets select. That's kind of the theme of this. I mean, the reasons he would go top 5 are the reasons I want him, right? He's a competitor. He can shoot, right? He's a good defender. Like, he checks a lot of boxes. He's a little short, but he has like a NBA-sized body. I made a whole video on Reed Shepard. If you want to check that out, please do. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it now. Big fan of him. I think he's going top 5. So if he's there at 6, you got to do it. But I think he's going to be long gone by the time the Hornets select. Reed Shepard would walk into this Hornets rotation immediately and improve it. And I have no doubts about that. So I'm putting him in here. Let's keep it Kentucky. Rob Dillingham. No thanks. I would rather have Dillingham than Cody Williams. So I'm going to put it like that. Respectfully, at 6 is just way too high for Rob Dillingham for me. He's just way too small, man. I know he's a bucket. I get it. Bro can score. But, man, he's just asking to be targeted, man. With how the Hornets are currently constructed, all right, they don't have the ability to cover for a guy that size on the defensive end. Think Terry Rozier, how often he got targeted. Rob Dillingham at 6'1", 164? Nah, bro. Nah, not at 6. If the Hornets trade back, get him later, that's fine. Spark plug off the bench, electrifying Malik Monk type. Here for it then. Like, in that scenario, it'd be a golf clap. It'd be up here, right? But at 6, no way. No way. I'm good. No thank you. Respectfully, no thank you on Dillingham. The penultimate name on the list, Ron Holland. I'm going to put him here, just above the Dillingham and above Cody Williams. He's such a weird prospect to me. He's one of the younger guys in the draft, not the youngest. So there's that, like that you have the time to work on it. But, man, like, the Hornets have so many needs, man. There's so many needs. And so many unproven guys, young unproven guys. I'm putting him in no thank you at 6. The shooting's just so terrifying too. Like, I get it. I know I talked about defensive needs, but at least Alex Sarr, right? He's not that guy offensively, but he's a big dude. He's 6'11 plus, right? There's value in that over a guy who's like 6'6.5" that can't shoot. Like, I would rather have my non-shooters in the front court than on the wing or back court, right? I'm going to put him no thank you at 6. Again, like with Carter, Dillingham, or Cody Williams. Like, if they trade back and get Ron Holland later, I can deal with it. But at 6, no thank you. All right, last name on the list, Stefan Castle. Doing like that, just like that. Top of golf clap for me. Castle can't shoot and seems to be determined to be a point guard. Okay? Let's say he's right, that he is a point guard. Let's say he's right and turns into a really good point guard. That means so much for this team that has been rolling out Brad Wanamaker, Isaiah Thomas, Ish Smith twice. Who else? Dennis Smith Jr. and Vasa Micic as the backup point guards during the LaMelo Ball era, the last 4 years. Just rolling out these last stop or last chance you type dudes. They're putting a Band-Aid over the situation. LaMelo has missed significant time 2 years in a row. If this man's a real point guard, just like Topic, it's a good problem to have, man. It's cover and it's options. And the Hornets need both. But what we do know about Stefan Castle is that he's a dog. We do know that he has an NBA body already. And I think he can help out right away. Castle, Buzelis, Topic can all handle and play make, right? So they all create that look or the opportunity to create different looks with LaMelo, or like playing with LaMelo or in place of him. You know, they all share that characteristic. What Castle brings defensively dunks on these dudes. And honestly, like if you have LaMelo, Miller, and Castle out there, I look at Castle as being that guy to carry the defensive like load, you know, defending the other team's best ball handler, right? Keeping Miller and Melo fresh on the offensive end, right? Castle knows what it takes to sacrifice to win something, right? That's why he went to UConn. He couldn't go anywhere he wanted to go, anywhere in the country, but he chose UConn to win a title, to sacrifice and win a title. That's the key to basketball, sacrifice, yeah? And him coming into this situation as a rookie especially, making his name on the defensive end, finding the offense where he can find it, running the floor. I think I like Castle a lot in that department. You know what? I'm going to change something real quick. I think this is a fair way of doing this. Grouping all the guys in the bottom 2 rows and not at 6, because truly that's how I feel. Like, I like these prospects. They all have upside, they all have potential, but I would rather not have them at 6th overall. Like, I got 9 guys ahead of them that I would rather have than these dudes. So just by definition, just from a math point of view, I don't want any of these guys at 6th overall. If the Hornets trade back, fine. I don't think the Hornets should trade up for anybody, just for the record. The only guy I would trade up for would be Donovan King. But even then, as much as I like him as a prospect, still not really worth it in my opinion. I'd rather just stay at 6 and get Castle, Topic, or Buzelis. Or maybe one of the other guys falls. But like, it's not that type of year. Not that type of draft year. Especially to give up future assets. No way. I'll be live streaming both nights of the draft, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss any other videos in the meantime. But until then, I've been Sam. You've been great. Peace.